That would be technologically impressive.
Let's see if I can get this done.
That's nice.
All right, here's a video clip from a family going by the Rebbe, and we'll discuss this concept.
Take on the Rebbe.
Thank you. Thank you.
Elliot.
All the kids. You talk about it.
He took running.
Absolutely correct. Thank you very, very much.
Thank
Thank you very,
I'd
very
like to
much.
add that my children will have a Hasidic input in their chinuch. A lot. Thank you very much.
Be well. Research is wonderful. I need a small block of work to keep on working at that.
Speaking about little, you have to think about small. I'm thinking about big things.
Bigger speech. Big is also good.
Of course, it is the main thing. But we want to make everything very
Okay. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, they were shooting for, little, just small blessings, and he's saying, "I'm going to give you big blessings."
Serves on the administration of Yeshivas Tomchei Temimim in Kiryat Gat, Israel.
What's going on over here?
He has a mind of its own.
Yes. Okay. Sorry about that.
Think big.
But now in these days, we're learning in ethics of our fathers. And one of the teachings in ethics of our fathers is who is wealthy? One who is content with their lot. So why is the Rebbe speaking over here about thinking big, asking big, when who is wealthy? One who is content with their lot. It seems to contradict that.
Well, the more you have, the more you can give.
So it's a double-edged sword. There are two teachings. One teaching is who is wealthy, one who is content with their lot. Another statement in the Talmud is he who has 100 wants 200. He who has 200 wants 400. And usually that is described as an expression of greed. See, a person is never content. They want more and more and more. And in the teachings that the Rebbe emphasized, and this is associated with today is the 2nd of Iyar, which is the birthday of the 4th Rebbe of Chabad, the Rebbe Reb Shmuel, the Rebbe Maharash. And one of his main teachings is Lechatchila Riber, over the top, or think big. Also in Israel today, it's Yom HaZikaron. It's Memorial Day. They remember all the fallen soldiers that fell in the wars throughout Israel's history. What does that have to do with today? How do we reconcile the two different teachings? Our main objective is we can either think about what we receive in life, or we can think about what we are to do in life. Is your purpose to live, or are you living with purpose? So in general, when we talk about happiness, the quest for happiness, in general, a person's a person usually reflects on that, and the attitude is, happiness is what I receive. And if I would have this, I'll be happy. Then if I would have that, I would be happy. And the Mishnah is teaching us, you want to be, who is considered wealthy? One who is happy with what they have. You're happy with what you have? That is wealth. But there's another teaching, which is, but a person naturally is not content with what they have. That, the Rebbe teaches, is not a sign of greed. That's a natural tendency. Instead of working to eliminate it, use that tendency to focus on what we're needed for. So when it comes to education, this woman is asking about the education of the children. I'll be happy if they would have a little Hasidic input. Because why a little? Why not a lot? And also why a little happier? A lot happier. Why small achievements, large achievements, greater achievements? So when it comes to thinking about what I am needed for, this is where I should deploy and transform what would naturally be considered as a negative tendency within me to always want more. And instead of focusing on what I want, focus on what we're needed for. And also what is true is, if I focus on, but if I earn more, I'm able to do more. That's fabulous. Because the focus is not about me getting more, it's about I'm able to achieve more. And that turns everything on its head. So as mentioned today, this is one of the teachings of the fourth Rebbe of Chabad, Reb Shmuel. The world says, if you can't get around something, then you go over it. I say, from the get-go, over the top. So in other words, think big. So as today in Israel, also they commemorate, it's Yom HaZikaron, thinking about the fallen soldiers. These are young men and women who have literally given it all they got. There's a teaching of Reb Zusha, we've shared this several times. Reb Zusha says, I'm not afraid that after 120 years they're going to ask me, Reb Zusha, why weren't you like Abraham? Why weren't you like Moses? Why weren't you like Rabbi Akiva? He named great people in history. Why weren't you like them? I'm not afraid. I'm going to answer. I'm not Abraham. I'm not Moses. I'm not Rabbi Akiva. But I am afraid they're going to ask me, Zusha, why couldn't you be like Zusha could have been? And that I don't know what to answer. So we are required to give it all we got. We're required to, and we really have no idea until we try. Because we have abilities that we're not even aware of. So a person who has the ability of achieving a great amount, achieving 100, and they only achieve 75, whereas another one is able to achieve 70 and they achieve 75, they're not equal. Because the one who was able to achieve 100 didn't give it all they got. They could have achieved 100. Whereas the one who could achieve 70 and they did 75, they gave it all they got plus. And that's more significant. There was a quote being circulated on social media about someone in Eilat writes to the Rebbe, I would like to visit the grave of tzaddikim, It's mentioned that one should, at times of distress, at times of need, a person can go to a grave of tzaddikim and ask to intervene on their behalf. There are no tzaddikim, holy people buried in Eilat. So who do I go to? So the Rebbe said, go to a cemetery in Eilat and find a section of fallen soldiers. Here you'll find tzaddikim.
That's lovely.
They gave it all they got.
That's sacred.
We don't have to give our lives in order to give it all we got. That is the point. That's the lesson. Judaism does not emphasize giving up life. More than that, Judaism emphasizes give it all we got. So over the top, let's do it.